Hey guys, welcome to week 3, workout 2 of Quarantine Fit for Canis Athletics. I hope you enjoyed yesterday. I know that was probably a lot of volume for a Monday, but I know I love volume. I thrive off of volume. It's a really good way to kick off the week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. For today, we are going to be working on some core and conditioning, all laced together. What you will need, there's a couple different options for the workout itself as far as standards are concerned. What you will need is either a backpack and one that you're able to add weight into. A weighted vest, if you have one of those, that's great. Doesn't matter what the weight is, but if you have one, you can certainly use that. A plate or a dumbbell or a kettlebell, any kind of weight that you can hold for some of the movements today. If you don't have anything, or if we go over the workout and you decide, I have that stuff, but I don't want to use it, that's fine too. We can just go with body weight, okay? So starting with your warm up today, 3 rounds again. That's going to be a common theme for any of the workouts that I have programmed for you guys. You're going to start with a 2-minute run, 10 body weight lunges, and 10 up downs, all right? For the running piece, either in the warm up or the workout today, if you don't have the ability to measure out meters, I'm going to give you a time frame that typically the length of running should take, all right? So you can just focus on that. So like I said, this is like a 2-minute run, so probably like 200, 250 meter run is how it's going to break out to be. But we're just going to go with minutes. So 2-minute run, 10 body weight lunges. So we all kind of know what those look like. Just making sure we're coming forward and that knee is touching. Nice chest proud and tall. All right. So 10 of those, 5 each leg, and then 10 up down. So an up down is basically like a half burpee. All right, but don't let that deceive you. They're not as easy as you think they are once you start getting going in a workout with them, especially later on in this workout. If you are choosing to use weight, these get tricky fast, okay? So starting in your standing position, just like a burpee, we're gonna put our hands down onto the ground. We're gonna kick our feet behind us, getting into that nice plank position. Then we're gonna kick them back in and stand up. No jump required, all right? But don't underestimate those, I can assure you, okay? So that is your warm-up, 3 rounds of that good stuff, okay? Mobility, same deal. I'm gonna try to stick to the theme of 1 minute per movement. I think that just makes it easier for people to track and not be wondering, okay, wait, what am I supposed to do next, okay? So just 1 minute of each of these movements, kind of get those muscles warmed up for what we're gonna do today. We're gonna start with 1 minute of Kang squats. This, you can do body weight, you can use a plate, you can use a dumbbell, all right? If we're just gonna do body weight, starting in that standing position, we're gonna go into that nice good morning. We're gonna squat down, hang out here, all right? Come back up and stand. If we wanna use weight, if you have a plate, you would be holding it out in front of you. Again, nice good morning with that flat back, squatting, coming back up, and stand. If you do not have a plate, but you have a dumbbell, make sure you're just holding tightly onto both heads of that dumbbell, same movement, all right? If you do have weight of any kind, I do recommend using it for the King squat. I just find that helps you stay more controlled versus not having any weight. I know sometimes in functional fitness, adding weight makes the movement easier, as counterintuitive as that might sound. So if you have weight, use it, all right? So 1 minute of King squats. We are then gonna move into 1 minute of push-up to downward dog. So we're coming down into that plank, push up, head through those shoulders, try to get those heels as close to the ground as you can, hold it there for a second, come back to that plank and push up, okay? So we're gonna repeat that movement for 1 minute, all right? Really focus on driving those heels into the ground, getting that nice stretch through the back of the legs, okay? Third movement for 1 minute total will be Bulgarian split squats, all right? So 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on another. Or if you just wanna pick a number and say, I'm gonna do 5 on each side, switch, that's fine, all right? Make sure you just have some sort of support either a couch, a chair. I have this footrest here that I will sometimes use. This again is a movement you can choose to add weight. If you're gonna hold a weight, just make sure you're holding it up nice and proud in front of you. That foot's gonna come back on your support, okay? And you guys can even do these on stairs if you have a little bit of a landing. Just do it safely. Don't be foolish and try to balance on, 3 stairs up, and just don't be crazy like that. All right, make sure it's a supported surface. We wanna make sure that front leg is out far enough that that knee is not gonna come over our toe. The goal is to get this knee on the side that's supported down to the ground, all right? So just slowly lower, come back up again, all right? So 1 minute of those, again, breaking it up however you want, 30 seconds on each side or certain amount of reps each side. Last thing we're gonna do is standing knees to elbow. So we're just gonna warm up our obliques a little bit for the core piece of the workout today. All right, so just as it sounds, we're gonna stand up tall. Let's just put our arms out nice and soft. Bring one knee up to the elbow, hold, down, hold, down. So 1 minute of that. That's also gonna help open up the hips a little bit, just to kind of add to that stretch, which is nice. All right, so that is your warm up and your mobility for today, okay? Your workout, it is strictly core and conditioning, all right? The conditioning piece is gonna come from the cardio. It's also gonna come from adding weight if you decide to either wear the backpack and add weight every round, or if you decide to stick with a weight vest, all right? Some of the movements you can choose to take a plate or take a dumbbell and use that along with the movement. If I was gonna put standards on this, RX Plus would be wearing a backpack and adding weight every single round. I'm not sure if you guys saw the workout from the games this year. They, I believe, had a 400-meter run. They had to add, I think it was maybe a 10-pound sandbag every time they went around. But yeah, something like that. So if you have a backpack, I'm assuming most of us just have standard backpacks, okay? So this makes it tricky because we don't want this sucker flying around like crazy. So we need to be smart about what we use to add weight, all right? This is when we can get super creative at home. Anything that you can add in there that's gonna create more weight for you every single round, great. Just obviously don't put something that's super fragile and something that's gonna hurt you, okay? So putting on our backpack, if you're able to get those straps nice and tight, that's only gonna help you. If you don't have one that doesn't have the strap that will come across the chest or the belly to give you more support, you're gonna get a lot of bouncing and a lot of shifting, so it's really imperative that you move smart during this workout, all right? So RX Plus would be wearing the backpack and adding weight every single round. RX would be wearing a weight vest and just sticking to that same weight the entire time. And then scaled would be body weight, all right? Every single one of them are just as good as the other, okay? So I'm just gonna wear the backpack for the moment just to kind of show you how it's gonna shift and how I wanna hold it if I choose to go this route, all right? So this is gonna be a 20-minute AMRAP. So as many rounds and reps as possible in 20 minutes, okay? So as I said earlier, if you don't have the ability to measure out meters, it is prescribed as a 400-meter run. If you can't measure that out, just run for about four minutes or so, 2 to 4 minutes, okay? So on average. If you are a regular runner and you know what a 400-meter run would take you, run for that amount of time, all right? So anywhere between 2 to 4 minutes is where you should be, okay? Then we're gonna move on to 20 up down. So we did those in the warm up. Just gets a little trickier and a little harder if we have weight. Moving on to 20 plank knee to elbow, and we're gonna alternate. And then 20 alternating lunges, and then repeating and going back to that run, okay? So we're out on our run, we come back, we're gonna do those 20 up down. So I have my backpack on. I need to make sure I'm secure. I'm gonna come down into that plank position. Into the standing position. I'm gonna put my hands down, kick my feet back, kick my feet up, and stand 20 times. If I find that my backpack starts shifting, readjust, all right? Redistribute the weight if you've added weight, and then continue on. Then our plank knee to elbow. This is where it gets a little bit dicey because our core is already going to be taxed from being in those up downs, believe it or not, especially if you have weight. Even if you don't, body weight is just as effective and hurts just as much after a few rounds. Okay, so we finish our last up down. Okay, I'm not going to stand. All right, I'm going to try to stay in this position, kick my feet back. Now I'm going to bring my knee to my elbow. Okay, backpack really shouldn't shift too much in this movement. The more controlled you are, the less it's going to move. So this is a workout that's forcing you to move well every single rep, okay? If you have the backpack on. If you don't skip on movement, all right? Try to still move, pretend like you have weight, that you have something on your back that's going to shift, and really stay in control, okay? So after that, we're going to stand up. We're going to do our alternating lunges. So again, just like we did in the warm-up, we're going to bring our knee down to the ground, stand back up. So we're alternating on these, okay? So that's what it would look like if we're wearing a backpack. Pretty sure you can envision what it's gonna look like with a vest on, all right? If we don't have a backpack, we don't wanna use a backpack, we have a vest, we don't wanna wear it, whatever, but you do wanna maybe add a little bit of a challenge on some of the movements, you can definitely run with a plate or a dumbbell or a kettlebell, okay? And you can do the lunges with the weight. I would not recommend trying to do anything else with weight because there's really no way to secure it. The knee to elbow, potentially if you're working out with your significant other or your kids at home, they could maybe put a plate on your back. But other than that, I wouldn't recommend it because they really don't want you guys to get hurt when you're at home, believe it or not. So that's what it looks like. So 20-minute AMRAP, 400-meter run, or 2 to 4 minutes, depending upon what your normal pace looks like for that length of a run. 20 up downs, 20 plank knee to elbows, which are alternating, and 20 alternating lunges, okay? So this is what your day is gonna look like. I will have the whiteboard picture posted on our messenger group again for you. As always, if you have questions, definitely reach out to me. Hope you enjoy this. I hope that you can get outside and do it because it looks like Tuesday is gonna be a beautiful day. Get some sun because I think the rain is coming back for a couple days. So get out there, enjoy, keep moving. Super proud of you guys again, and let me know if you need anything. Have a good one. Bye, guys.